Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, we're going to keep it at them bantamweights. There's something going on down there. They're trying to get a little unification, maybe even undisputed going on with the major players. You know, Naomi Inoue, John Real Casimero, and Nonito Donaire, right? So what has happened is Nonito Donaire was supposed to fight John Real Casimero in a unification. I think one has the WBO, the other one has the IBF or whatever, right? And they were supposed to have a unification match. But before that, John Real Casimero was supposed to have a unification match, in parentheses, because against Guillermo Rigondeaux. Although Guillermo Rigondeaux has a WBA regular title, Naomi Inoue has two other ones. He's the real WBA champion. So, but they were going to have that fight, and Nonito Donaire maybe to rematch Inoue because they had a good fight. But the bottom line was that with John Real Casimero and Nonito Donaire, it was good. You know, my man Rigondeaux, he moved out of the way, got replaced. Hopefully, he got paid for doing so. He let them, because they're two Philippines in a unification match, let them handle their business, right? Thinking that he's probably going to get the winner. But then they said after that fight, we're going for undisputed against Naomi Inoue. So basically, Rigondeaux was kicked out of the tournament, right? So, but with Casimero and Nonito Donaire, there was problems about VADA testing for one, right? And because Casimero didn't want to get into VADA testing, that's what Nonito Donaire said. And then a few insults that went under the belt, you know, back and forth. There's no reason to get into the insults, but you start insulting people in your family and company and stuff. So Nonito Donaire says he doesn't condone that behavior, and he doesn't want to fight Casimero because of it. And I think that's what happened. So that fight was supposed to happen on August 14th. And it was just replacing the fight with Rigondeaux that was going to be on August 14th. So what we have now is still good news and a good bantamweight fight. What we have now is August 14th, John Real Casimero, the WBO champ, faces Guillermo Rigondeaux, the legend, in the WBA regular championship. And what this does is it keeps Rigondeaux in the tournament. If Rigondeaux can pull off this win, then he's in. You know, then somebody will have to come see him now, Inoue or Donaire, or the winner of their fight, to get undisputed. Same thing for John Real Casimero. Now, he's had problems with Nonito Donaire, but if he goes in here and beats Rigondeaux, his stock rises, regardless of what people say. Rigondeaux's 40 years old or whatever. John Real Casimero should be the favorite here because Rigondeaux's 40 years old, but beating him is going to mean a lot. And another thing about John Real Casimero, he reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga because he's just nuts, right? But a good nuts. Let's make sure this is clear. He's the only one with Rigondeaux who wanted to fight all three. He's been wanting to fight Inoue, the monster, the one they're calling. John Real wants him. He's been going back and forth for a while. He was about to fight Nonito Donaire, and before Nonito Donaire, he was about to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux. You got to give props to that. Those are the major players, and now he's been wanting to fight all of them. So we got to give him that, which makes this for a good fight because it's the same thing with Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux just called out Nonito Donaire for a rematch. He's already beat the hell out of Donaire. So, you know, and Inoue, he's been saying, I want to go monster hunting, but no, Inoue won't answer him. So the point about this fight, it makes it real significant because the winner, though Inoue and Donaire, right, who they say would be the biggest fight in the division because they might meet for a rematch, I don't think so. Not really, because people know, you know, you got to see Rigondeaux, especially if Rigondeaux beats Casimero. Then you're going to have to really see him then. So that's what makes that very, very interesting. Another thing, too, is, you know, I'm seeing a pattern. You know, when people don't want to take the VADA drug testing and stuff like that, you know, most of the time it's somebody, you know, you see Deontay Wilder, Povetkin was doped. He still wanted to fight him. Luis Ortiz was doped. He still wanted to fight him. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman, you know, Manny Pacquiao won't take VADA testing. I don't care what he got in the system. We're going to fight, right? Stuff like that. Rigondeaux, basically, what's going on with the drug thing? If Rigondeaux is going to meet him at August 14th, well, what, is he still not going to be in VADA testing? Kind of be interesting to find out, because Rigondeaux's probably saying, well, I don't care what he has in the system. I'll do it too. Plus a few of Canelo Alvarez's opponents, because since the clenbuterol scandal, where the clenbuterol levels have been raised. Anybody fought Canelo after that knew about that, at least. So it's a lot of people getting in the ring knowing that things might not be on the up and up, which is a risky business, guys. But anyway, good news, or great news from my opinion, because Guillermo Rigondeaux will be facing John Riel Casimero on August the 14th. We got a good bantamweight scrap. It can't get too much more significant than that, except for the other two guys. But after that fight, then we're going to probably get undisputed at this weight class soon, which is good news for any weight class, don't you think? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.